Hello y'all, I'm back again with another video. Along with the fact I am back on this exercise bike. So never forget, when I'm talking and I'm discussing and conversing with you, I am actually moving my legs. Okay? So, and I suggest you do the same. Get on your exercise bike and tune in also. So this video is going to be about ways that I reserve my peace by understanding the nature of relationships and in turn preventing abusive and violent situations. So it begins with, first of all, the narcissist is normally the avenue that will come into your life that will bring a lot of controversy, turmoil, arguments, violence, and just in general, a lot of toxic activities will go on. And so I'm just going to navigate with you how I prevent some of this. And one of the first things I do is recognize the crowd that is surrounded around the narcissist, psychopath, or sociopath. So I will begin with example number one. I like to give real live examples so that you can look at your own life and make a decision as to if this is a situation I am in or have been in or I am getting myself into. So let's go. Example number one. Example number one is first of all recognizing, a lot of times you may not even recognize who the narcissist is, but recognizing in general good people versus toxic people. And when I say good people, there is no perfect person. Okay, so example number one, and I was in this situation. I saw this particular narcissist, very young narcissist. This is not an old narcissist. And what I recognized was that as I learned and watched this particular narcissist, I also noticed that no one around this person, as far as their friends, were very good people. So I'm going to give you examples of what I mean by they weren't good people. They were, and I'm not saying all drug users are bad people. I'm just talking about this particular circumstances. These particular drug users that were with this narcissist were not good people. And one of the reasons I would consider them not good people is they would name call. They would be abusive towards me. And keep this in mind. I want you to recognize this. Any narcissist that allows their friends to abuse their relatives, whether it be their siblings, their mother, their father, grandparents, cousins, etc. Not only is the narcissist not about shit, but the people around the narcissist is not about shit. And so narcissists, even though they want to be in such a power position all the time, in reality and in actuality, they are the most vulnerable, and I'm going to tell you why. Any narcissist versus me as an empath is way more vulnerable to influence that I could ever be. So, for example, you can't trick me into using no drugs. You just can't get me to do the shit. But a narcissist that think they so powerful and they think they so freaking smart, they'll be the first one to pick up the crack pipe. And I'm not talking about the crack addict, heroin addict, any other drugs, meth, or whatever. I'm not talking about the empathic addicts that pick up the crack pipe because some narcissists and psychopaths and stress them out their whole damn life. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the narcissist is just vulnerable. They're prone to addiction because they feel like they're powerful. They want to be powerful, but at the same time, they're basically followers. Okay. And that's why when narcissists get with empathic people, they normally improve. Okay. I could say, okay, say I had an ex and he was a drinker. If he was around me, he would drink less. After the breakup, he guzzling it down all day and night. And the reason the improvement happened around me is because I'm empathic and I was not addicted to alcohol. So I'm just giving you a pure example of how it works. And that's why a lot of times when the narcissist or sociopath or psychopath loses the empath, they're in a worser state financially, emotionally, spiritually, materialistically. You know, the narcissist now ain't even got a mattress to sleep on. At least when he was with you, he slept comfortably. Okay, so just examples like this, or she slept comfortably. So the way I avoided and prevented a lot of abuse is, for one, not taking on the narcissist circle, the people they're around. And a lot of times when they begin to get in relationships with men and women, when they start dating the opposite sex or whatever, and in some cases they're gay, so they're dating the same sex, no matter who they're dating, they will oftentimes get involved with people that's already slept with somebody else in their family, or they will get involved with people that don't like the family, and they don't have legitimate reason to like the family. And the reason that happens is it can be one or two reasons, right? For one, the person that's your relative that's going off with this bad crowd could be empathic and they're being manipulated by other narcissists. So these other narcissists are taking your family member out of the family. Basically, they're stealing your family, okay? So they can mess their mind up, do toxic things with them, just manipulate them and have control of them. That's the first reason. The number two reason that it can happen is your relative is a narcissist, and they are manipulating other empaths, or they're getting involved with other narcissists. So one of the things I do is, first of all, I recognize that the person that is being narcissistic is around bad people, okay? And they do bad things together. So to maintain a relationship with your relative, what you do is just deal with the relative. Okay, the relative comes over to the house. Don't let none of them people that the narcissist is dealing with come over or hang out with y'all. Okay, so like for example, with the relatives that I have in the home, I make sure that the people that we hang out with are people that also have an ability to have empathy like we do. So those people are accepted. So basically, I guess like the Bible would say, have discernment, right? I mean, we often say, well, we don't want to judge people. Yes, you should. You should judge people. And that's why a lot of times, at least judge, is this person somebody that should be in your house or in your presence? You should at least judge that. You want to see some kind nature in somebody you bringing in your house. You want to see that they somebody that'll bring gifts over. They're going to be polite. They're going to smile. They're going to not stink when they come in your house. You want to be around people with correct hygiene. Okay. Or you want to influence them to have proper hygiene. If you're going to bring them over, okay, if you're trying to be a role model, okay, bring them over if they got bad hygiene, if you're trying to fix them up. But if you're bringing over somebody with bad hygiene and you ain't trying to fix them up, then they shouldn't be there. That's just my opinion. Why have somebody around you ain't trying to help? So, in turn, the way I protect myself and people in the house. So, you got to remember this when you got psychopaths that's around these troubled people, there will be things happen like this. Okay. The psychopath, narcissist, or sociopath, they may outright tell you, well, my particular friend, girlfriend, or boyfriend, or whatever, they don't like y'all, or they don't like this particular person. However, you should be protecting the people in the household from that type of energy. Because, okay, if this particular friend of yours does not like me or your other relatives, that's a sign that they shouldn't be in the house. And so, what this will do is just make you not a supply source, too. You can't be so used. This will also make the psychopath, narcissist, and sociopath lose interest in you, because what I've seen with them throughout the years, and also watching other people's situations, you got to remember, I've seen a lot of things. I've been able to have access to people, places, and things, and I've been able to see how they act, right? So, a lot of times, a narcissist, they will want you to volunteer your time and your money. You know, they want you to provide transportation, not just for them, but for their friends. And these friends will be their friends they're partners in crime, basically. You know, this could be other people that they steal with and stuff like that. And so I just saw this many, many years ago when I was thinking back to one situation. But yes, so the actual way you avoid this type of catastrophe, and also doing this can avoid deaths and murders. Okay. And we always want to think, well, if somebody's meant to be killed, they'll be killed. No, a lot of times you didn't pay attention to the red flag. You didn't take it serious when the narcissist said they knew homeboy or homegirl or girlfriend or boyfriend don't like y'all. And so you trying to prove that you can make them like you. So what you do, you end up inviting the narcissist, psychopath, or sociopath over with a toxic ass crowd, and then y'all end up in a violent ass dispute. Somebody gets shot, beat down. Now somebody going to jail or prison, and it could be you. You can avoid this whole situation by rolling solo more, using more discernment, and not letting nobody that's around that psychopath come around you. So, what this forces the psychopath to do is to have a double life. And that's what they ass should have. They should have their life with their girlfriend or boyfriend that ain't got nothing to do with you. And then every blue moon, they pop in and hang out with family. That's just the way that should go. So, this is the way I protect my energy, because I'm telling you, I've seen it where the psychopath, and it ain't because I'm so mean, y'all, but I seen this for myself. It was not one person around this psychopath or narcissistic person that I could say, that's a cool person. And then the other people, there was a few good people that I could say, okay, if they were good, they were actively being removed from the psychopath, if I will say that. But I'm talking about when the psychopath is deep in their psychopathy, they're deep in their criminal activities, they're deep in their depression, they're deep in their drug use. That main handful of people or two hands of people that they're hanging around are deadly. And I mean deadly. Even if one of them talking crazy and you done something to them. So you got to remember, psychopaths also involve themselves with people, places, and things that are going to be in disagreement with your spirit in general. So because of this, it's like it just won't mix, it just won't work. So ultimately, And a lot of y'all have to go no contact with the psychopath anyway. However, I'm suggesting this if you want to maintain some sort of family relationship on some level, and how it can be done. And the best way it can be done is to not allow the psychopaths crowd and the people they kicking it with to come into your house, come into your life, because it will be trouble. This is how empaths get themselves into situations, because the narcissist or psychopath or sociopath then already told you that they girlfriend or boyfriend don't like you. And then next thing you know, you being cussed out, you're having an item thrown at you. Now you got to call the police, and it's not on your relative, it's on their girlfriend or boyfriend or they friends, homies, homegirls, and homeboys that they hanging around. And I'm telling you, it works. I mean, you will just have a lot of peace in your life. Now, I'm going to give you another example. My little sister, okay, and she ain't little no more, y'all. She's, she might not like when I call her my baby sister and all of that. But one of the things I could say about her, she could have a friend sometimes I have not fully met in person. I could have met him in person, or I could not have. And we're able to have a 3-way call. We can video chat. My little sister, she's attracted pretty good people in her life. And you could almost be friends with the people that she meets, or feel like they're like your friends, because she really attracts really good people. So I'm just trying to think of situations where I could say, well, if I was around my little sister, if she was around this person or that person, I could be around them and hang out. I would feel comfortable bringing those people in the house. But that's my little sister. But a lot of times when you're dealing with psychopaths, on the other hand, you will just find that anybody that they dealing with just ain't no good, and you will find that you just don't get along with them. And that's not a bad thing. Not getting along with these people naturally is a protection for you. The Lord don't want you to get along with them. The Lord don't want them around you. The Lord doesn't want a tragedy happening in your home. I just had a very good friend I went to high school with, and he just unfortunately experienced a relative being seriously harmed in his own home. Okay, so, and this particular relative was not harmed by other relatives. It was an outsider, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends in the home. And this is not a home where they have a lot of traffic in the home. It's not like that, but I'm just using an example of why it may be a good idea, even for your empathic relatives. Some of y'all got to tell your empathic relatives, you can't bring your buddies over here. However, what will make it more deadly than anything is especially when it's happening with psychopaths and narcissists. And this is why it will be extra, extra deadly in these cases. And you may want to accept this, or you may not want to accept it. But this is the reason it will be extra deadly, is because of this. Because of the simple fact that the psychopath, narcissist, and sociopath doesn't care about your safety, your best interests, the peace that you deserve in your home or in your life, how you feel, how your health needs to be healthier, whether you have high blood pressure, you're diabetic, you're on kidney dialysis, whatever your issues are, you got headaches, This psychopath and narcissist cares nothing about you. So it's up to you to care about yourself and to love yourself and to maintain harmony and peace and serenity in your home and not allow these people that the psychopath or narcissist deals with to be in your presence and to be in close contact with you in your home or out. And if you had to interact with these people on any level, definitely make sure it's not in your home. But I suggest you be free of them completely. And that way, you can at least maintain a relationship on some level with the narcissistic relative. However, you can only do this by excluding the toxic people that they're around. Trust me, it works. I've done this for many, many years. I've avoided many, many bad people that hang around people that I'm close to. And sometimes that psychopath eventually leaves your life, but that's more likely to happen if you're not bringing in all their toxic people that they have in their life. You don't need these people in your life, and this will allow you to have the empathy that is required for you to survive. But with having empathy, you got to have balance in it too. You cannot just allow any and everybody in your house and in your life. And this advice, is mainly for the psychopaths. Now, when you're dealing with empathic people, usually you can allow the people that they're around you, especially if the empathic person is attracting other kind of empathic people. So see, we got different personality types. So when it comes to life and there's different personality types, you have to have discernment and to judge and make a judgment for each circumstance and situation, because not each situation will be the same. And this will protect you. I'm telling you, y'all, I experienced a lot of peace doing this. And it's a blessing when the psychopath says, this person don't like you, this person don't like y'all. Okay, why are we even around them? Empathic people, you just step back, you say, okay, y'all don't like me, you don't like me, you don't say nothing, but you just make sure that's the last day that you're dealing with the people that they claim, that the psychopath claims that don't like you. It's one thing if you're empathic and you choose to have some sort of relationship with other sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists and narcissistic people that are in your family element. But what you don't gotta tolerate is they toxic girlfriends and boyfriends and buddies. You don't have to deal with that. Don't put yourself through it. It's not worth it. There's no big reward for you for taking on a bunch of toxic people. It's just not. You might think it's the nice thing to do. You may feel like you want to do it because you're thinking from an emotional standpoint. However, it just won't be healthy. And as I said, there's no reward for you for doing this. Your reward is getting shot up, getting locked up yourself because you done knocked somebody's head off, and it just ain't worth it. Stay away. Because at the end of the day, anybody that's really kicking it with a psychopath, for real kicking it with a psychopath, is just as messed up, if not more toxic than that psychopath. Because you got to look at it. Even during the times in our lives when we were hanging around these people, didn't we go down, y'all? Even if it was just spiritually and emotionally, you go down. So psychopaths are around to take the good out of you, not to invest and put good into you. So just remember this advice. just don't deal with a crowd. I do it with relatives. Now, I got relatives that's around me where I can associate with their friends. But the psychopaths in the family, I have nothing to do with the crowd they're around. Because that's just a gateway and a doorway to destroy me. And that's what I'm not going to do ever again, is be a part of my own destruction. I love y'all so much. Have a happy Sunday. I appreciate you. Leave a comment. Thank you to my regular viewers. I especially love you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back again. Y'all, I've been on this video almost 26 minutes. I appreciate and love you so much. Thank you. Bye.